Good day, good afternoon, welcome to Words of Wisdom. Thank you very much for joining me. Really appreciate your attention this afternoon. Thank you for coming on board. Stay and take whatever resonates. I hope the whole reading does. I have some wonderful readers that I watch, and I watch them religiously until I know that whatever I needed to learn has been learned. Don't know if you're feeling that right now. And the reason why I'm feeling that is because I have another trigger, a trigger that my mother triggers in me. And I was speaking to a friend of mine that I would see walking out in the woods when I'm walking the dogs, and she has a mother that triggers her, and we were sort of talking about it, and her mother does something very different to my mother, but it is about the trigger. It's about this sort of awareness of it. And of course the full moon is now tomorrow, or wherever you are, it's in the next day or so, and it's a very powerful full moon. It's the hunter moon, the harvest moon, and harvest is about collecting, isn't it? It's about harvesting something, ready then for the cultivating of everything new for the spring kind of feel. And this keeps coming up, but it wasn't my mother that triggered me, the same sort of thing. It was somebody else that I think I might have mentioned in previous talks with you guys. But sometimes spirit will make it a little bit more powerful, because especially if it comes from a family member, if it comes from something a bit closer to your heart. And so it's about having to respond or react, or actually just to ask the why. Of why is this happening? What am I not learning? What am I not seeing? What do I need to do? And I thought I'd share that with you as I sat down at my magic table to ask for guidance. And maybe one of you or a few of you are in a similar sort of circumstance. Maybe it is not as serious quite as yet that it's a family scenario or someone really close to you, but if you don't learn it, it will get to something a little bit more till you pay attention. That's what Spirit wants you to do. So I sat down and I thought, who's going to come and join us on the table? I didn't pick up my spell book today, which was a little bit strange. But I did pick up straight away my angel cards. And I very rarely use these on my magic table. I use them a lot in my tarot reading or my reading on TikTok in the morning. So I always use them straight away. They are always with me in guidance. But I just felt like I needed a bit of more of that angel guidance. But then I wanted to think about which other cards I wanted, and the fairies called to me as well. So we have angels, we have fairies. And then we also have our witches cozy tarot. And the reason why is because this tarot deck is so magical right now. It's really talking to me, and everything I'm using it in, it's got some really profound message. So I thought that will go really well with my angels and my fairies. And it was funny because because of this trigger, when I go fundamentally as deep as I can, I know where it comes from. It comes from my childhood. So the inner child in me has got this healing that still needs to be done. Now, when we recognize something, of course, we're on that start. You know, if you're ignoring things, that's a different story. And my grandmother very much taught me about angels and fairies and numbers. And, you know, when I look back now, I had so much from her, and I wish I'd kind of taken it with me in more detail, but I never did. I went into a different way because of circumstances in my life. But now I look back and I know where it all came from, and I know it's her line, her lineage, the witch's lineage, that has got me along as well. So I feel it's very important to recognize that. And I recognize that my mother's the trigger my mother does in me is really about my growth. And I was saying this to my friend, you know, because I said, you know, I don't want to sort of think that I'm doing the same thing to my children, and I don't think I am. And she said the same. And I said, well, at least we can, you know, recognize that we actually have stopped the behavior, the pattern at us. So we haven't taken it down to our children, so they won't continue with it with their children and so on. So it's quite important to think of those things. Oof. Anyway, then I sat down and I thought, right, let me get my message for you today. And it's time heals those who are willing to help themselves. So yes, sometimes it can take a bit of time. These cycles, these triggers, these behaviors, patterns, beliefs, traditions, systems that we know are no longer serving us, but they are deep. And if they are coming from childhood wounds, you can imagine how deep that wounding can go. They talk about that layer of the onion. So time heals those who are willing to help themselves, and confidence creates miracles. So I love that. Confidence creates the miracles. So having the confidence to recognize these things, it made me feel quite heavy. I went and I sat down on a bench and I took off my shoes and I put my feet in the earth, and I thought, right, I'm going to ground myself, sit with my face in the sunshine. And then my friend came walking by and we cheered each other up, talking about our mothers. So that was really lovely. And I knew Spirit had brought her along, and it was a very different time that she normally walks, but she'd been delayed, she said, because her son had asked her to take him to go and pick up his car and all sorts of things. So when she was saying that, I was thinking to myself, there's a reason. There's a reason she was gifted to me right then at that time. And then when we were talking, I could feel myself working it out. Prior to that, I'd been trying to work it out myself and doing my recordings and what have you. So very blessed. And it was funny, when I went to pick up my brother's dog, there was a feather on the ground, and I picked it up and put it in my pocket. And obviously feathers for me are very symbolic. But I didn't think much more of it, and I kept on with this whole brain fog, mind turmoil, talking away to myself, recording and talking to Spirit and trying to work something out. I did affirmations. I was doing everything as I was walking along, and nothing seemed to work. So I sat down, grounded myself, and that's when my friend came walking by, which was quite interesting, because possibly if I hadn't done that, I would have missed her anyway, because she had just come into the woods. So things will come along to help you, and you have to trust in that, and they can be in all forms and different ways and what have you. If you're willing to listen, if you're willing to see them, they'll be there for you. So when I sat down as well, this book called to me again, and I opened it up and I thought, well, let me just read. And it says here, to end suffering, you must first realize that your psyche is not okay. You must then acknowledge that it does not have to be that way. It can be healthy. It is truly a gift just to realize you don't have to be put up with or protect your psyche. You don't have to constantly be mulling over what you said or what this person thinks of you. What kind of life are you going to have if you worry about these things all the time? Inner sensitivity is a symptom of non-well-being. It's the same as when the body sends pain or displays other symptoms when it's not well. Pain's not bad, it's how the body talks to you. So when you overeat, you get a stomach ache. When you do something that puts too much stress on your arm, it starts to hurt. The body is communicating through its universal language, pain. Your psyche is communicating through its universal language, fear. Self-consciousness, jealousy, insecurity, anxiety, they are all fear. So there's quite a lot in this chapter, but it says here, moving on through it, every change in your energy flow, whether it's agitation of the mind or shifts in the heart, will be what reminds you that you are back there noticing. And that's important. Okay, so now what used to hold you down becomes what wakes you up. But first, you have to get quiet enough so that it's not so reactive in there. And these trigger points will help remind you to remain centered. So I went and I sat down at the bench, took my shoes off, and I grounded myself just to keep myself centered. So this path of letting go allows you to free your energies so that you can free yourself. Right in the midst of your daily life, by untethering yourself from the bondage of your psyche, you will actually have the ability to steal freedom from your soul. This freedom is so great, it has been given a special name, liberation. So absolutely wonderful advice. guidance that has come from there. And it absolutely resonated with me. So I hope it resonates with you. So on our table, we have our 3 decks, and we also have our beautiful runes. So I'm going to ask our runes to come out and give me guidance on what we are talking about. Again, we've only had 2 small ones and 2 big ones. We've had our luck and we have our unicorn. This has come out quite often, and it keeps coming out. And then you see me shuffling those runes. We have got Jira, and we have got Eurus. So we got these 2 runes on our table right now, and I'll read them to you. Our magic and our luck is definitely there. So Jira actually came out the other day in the TikTok reading. So the energy is still about, and Jira is all about harvest, reward, natural cycles, fruition, fertility, and growth. So if you're not recognizing something, how can you possibly grow? And isn't it funny how I talked about the full moon harvest gathering in? And that's also, once it's all grown, once we're ready to harvest, then we can take it in, and it's going to sustain us. It's going to support us. It's going to help us ready for our next cycle, for our next situation. So Jira is a positive sign that troubles are receding. It may indicate prosperity and abundance, so abundance of harvest, abundance of what you are, the energy that you are changing, transmuting, the love that you are putting out, the kindness that you are sending yourself is going to be rewarded, I'm hearing. So celebrate your good fortune, appreciate the joys, and your current circumstances, strengthen your hopes and plans for the future. And then we also have Jira, Uras. I don't know where that is actually. I think thought it was over here. There we are. Uras, power, energy, endurance, health, and strength. So again, it's a physical strength rune, having that strength of conviction, strength to change, strength to, really overcome your mind, your psyche, and, go against that in some way. So also it's a reminder that the strength to persevere as well as to defend yourself from adversity. So defend what you feel, defend how you are being made to feel, if you like, but stand in that conviction and understand why it is there. It's not wrong to feel, hurt. It's wrong to allow the hurt. So take the hurt and work with it and find out why it is happening to you. Can you transmute it in some way? Does it have to affect you as much as you imagine it should? Because it's just your mind giving you that. So that's what Urids bring new circumstances and situations into your experience. Strengthen and focus your personal will. Harness the energy of sudden change to your advantage. Healing on all levels, deeper understanding of yourself and underlying motives. So very much confirming exactly what I was talking about right at the very beginning of this reading. So it'll be very lovely to see what runes come out, cards come out with our runes on the table. So I am going to start with my beautiful angel deck. This angel cards, I don't even know where they came from. I don't know how I got them. I can't remember. That's how old they are. And they have seen me through some really tough times. And way before I would sit here and do something like this, I only had this deck, and I had my Angel Intuition deck as well, that also were gifted to me somehow. They came to me, and these 2 cards were the only ones that I possessed. And I didn't use these as much as I used these ones. And honestly, the pair of them have still got very strong energy and really are my go-to sometimes. So I feel like I needed that today. I really did. So I sat down and I asked them to come on my magic table, and they will. So we will ask our beautiful messages from my angels, what your angels want you to know. Let's go. Let's go. How we're feeling with this triggers. How do we get over that? Who is it? What is it? Tell us. Help us. Give us guidance. Absolutely. Which angels would like to give us guidance? Okay. So my beautiful Oceana. It says here, take action. You're in touch with the truth in this situation. And you need to trust your gut and lovingly assert yourself. So absolutely correct what I was saying. It's not wrong to feel hurt or to feel that you need to stand up for yourself in some way. It's not wrong to do that. And look at who's on the bottom. Archangel Gabriel, our beautiful archangel of communication. Please don't allow insecurities to hold you back. I will help you. So he is here also to give us that guidance. I'm going to read Oceana. I haven't read out of this book for a long time, so I'm going to read Oceana. Dive right in. There's no need for more research or time. You can trust your feelings on this one. I will guide you through the actions that are necessary considering the circumstances. Your main concern is to avoid procrastination. Break the situation down into small steps. You don't have to become overwhelmed. When you then take those steps in regular intervals, you already know what to do about the situation and you have made up your mind to take action. I'm here to validate that your decision is on the path of light. Although there may be some temporary hard work or emotional turmoil, this will soon be replaced by a lightness of spirit akin to gently floating on a summer breeze. Sometimes you may feel too emotional or tired to take action. That is because you're unsure of the correctness of your decisions. Usually, unfounded guilt is the culprit that is draining your energy and happiness. This is when it's very important to call upon the angels to shore up your faith. Notice how the doors open smoothly with each step you take. That is one more sign that you're taking the best course of action. So really value the course of action that you want to be taking. And Archangel Gabriel says, I will open doors for you to express your talents in a way that will help others. So communication is important. Tell me about your fears, your hopes, your confusion, your insecurities, and your dreams. Ask me to help you. Please know that I am only pushing you because I know you need a little boost from above. So exactly, I kept thinking, why am I bothering? Why is this, but I know there's a reason, and I know it's because it's part of my healing, my help. Okay, we have two more angel cards that wanted to come and jump out. So yes, the timing is right. A happy outcome follows this positive expectations, and we have a new romance is imminent, either with a newcomer or through a reignited passion in your existing relationship. Be open to giving and receiving love. Now, I'm going to say this love. Maybe for some of you, it might be a new romance that might be coming along, that you're going to be taking action and you know the truth in the situation. So that is possible at all. You take what resonates. For me, this is about coming from a place of love to my family member, to my mother, that I don't want it to become an issue. I don't want it to become something that is negative or ugly. I'm not reacting to a situation in a bad way. I am responding to the situation in a way that I want her to see why I feel like I do, because that's important for me. Because it hurts me if she didn't do that. Now, I can't force her to do that, but I can certainly show her what I'm talking about, and rather than hiding from it, because that would only fester within me, isn't it? So, really be open to giving and receiving love. Love for you. Love for you. Because ultimately, that's what it's about. It's about love for how you're feeling. That you don't have to be sitting in this mind fog because somebody else has put it there for you. Get it back, follow your heart, be who you need to be. And it's right timing to be able to do this. Positive expectation is what you want from it, not negative. It's coming from a good place. Okay, it's not coming from my ego, it's coming from a good place, and that's what I've got to try and think about. So let's ask for guidance from our fairies on this matter. Please, can we have some guidance? Oh, straight away. I didn't even shuffle there. Did you see how they jumped? They've been waiting. Hope. Hope is always there, even if we can't see it. Optimistic expectations can help change a negative situation into a positive one. Exactly. So that is really beautiful. Thank you for that. That is really lovely. We also have got abundance. Prepare yourself for incoming abundance. Release any mental blocks you have. And we talked about the psyche. So we need to release the mental blocks. It is very important. Once we do that, that abundance of love, abundance of energy is there for us because it's within us. We shine our own light then, don't we? That's what it's about. Wish wisely. Use your wishes wisely to manifest your heart's desire, to take practical steps towards making your dreams come true. So maybe there is something you've been wishing for. It is time for you to have this positive and this hope and faith that it is coming for you. Okay? But make sure you wish wisely. Do you know, something's just come to me now. The idea of, if I was your fairy godmother and I gave you 3 wishes, what would be those 3 wishes? Only 3. So interesting how we sometimes wish for something and we hear that sort of, be careful what you wish for, because it's not always actually what you want or need, because really we have not healed our expectations externally, So wish wisely. Take your practical steps for your heart's desire. It's that love, giving and receiving love. That's all you should be wishing for. Love and harmony and peace and joy and blessings. Have that in your heart, and those are your wishes. And that's when you'll see a different outcome. Come together. Fairies like to be busy, and a group of them is showing you that many hands make light work. Working as a team helps get a job done. There we are. Absolutely. So it's not wrong to say to a member of the team or the family, it's going to affect something. Our outcome as a family unit could be made to feel very different, and that's not fair. So maybe somebody can understand that, can make a difference. And then flourish. The lotus flower fairy tells you to learn from experience and shed your inner light on any unclear areas of your life or those of others. So that's what I'm saying. It's coming from it from a very different way, and just being very open and honest and authentic and loving. So I want to read Come Together. We each have our own unique set of skills that we bring to the table, and combining these with the talents and abilities of others can form a mighty workforce indeed. Working together can be a bonding and supportive experience. Also sets an example to individuals who have yet to join forces. It's also the foundation upon which communities are created. Perhaps you tend to work alone, either out of preference or necessity. This can be important for particular types of work. But you can call on your fairy friends to help inspire you, and this can help get the work completed. If you know someone who could do with a helping hand, reach out and let them know that you can care, and are there for them should they need you. People are funny beings and often feel shy about asking for help, so it's time for you to take the initiative. That includes reaching out for help yourself if you need it. So when I reach out for help, I would, and it's offered to me, but then it's taken away. That doesn't make me feel very good. And so it can have an effect. And so speaking up is very important. Okay, sharing that love is very important. And we have flourish. So we learn from the past and from painful experiences. We can truly and fully flourish into beautiful beings who shine from the inside. You're beautiful flower, born of the lessons of the past. If you're going through a tough time right now, this fairy reminds you that you're receiving life's spiritual ingredients with which to grow and flourish. And this card also tells you that a lotus flower and a rose can't be compared, for every flower is unique and beautiful, and the same goes for us humans. We each have special talents and skills, and no one can be as good as being as you are. The fairies know this only too well, so celebrate the wonderful person you've become and continue to flourish as a precious one. So that's very beautiful. So celebrate what you know and how you can respond. And it took me a little bit of time to get out of the fog and to sit there and recognize where it was coming from. And my inner child needed a bit of a hug and a bit of a reminder, and that we're okay and we can do this. And I'm absolutely fine with everything now, but it's got to be addressed in a way that is going to be good for everyone. All right, so we're going to ask our lovely tarot cards to come out and play the Witch's Cozy Witch Tarot deck. I love this tarot deck. I only just got it, but it's very special. So can we have some confirmation, please, from the tarot right now on what it is that we're talking about, overcoming something, taking action, wishing wisely, being strong within ourselves, being part of a team. Teamwork is dream work. I just said it. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right. I don't think there's going to be any more. All right. That's lovely. Thank you so much. Right. So we have got strength. It takes strength to be soft. So that's really important right now. The response rather than a reaction. It's very easy to go off, isn't it, and get cross. But it takes strength to have a response that is going to be beneficial to you and then to others. The Emperor. Being the authority of your own life comes with a lot of responsibility. It does. It certainly does. Some people are like the pumpkin to your spice. So you will have that help, that foundation, that support. You know, I feel like this is like, as I said, a family member can trigger you much more harshly because they know you so well than other people. And also Spirit will, that is the strongest that you have to be often. Because, you know, just a random person, you're not really going to be worrying about as much, you know? Possibly. Eight of Pentacles. Sorry, but fairies aren't going to come and do all the work for you. So you're being told you have to get through this for yourself. It is about what you need to be thinking very clearly about. Okay, you're going to have to put in the graft and do the hammer and do the thoughts and, you know, really, you know, focus in on what it is that needs fixing and changing yourself. Yourself. It's all about you. And finally, why are you resting? The Four of Swords. Why are you resting? So it comes out after the Eight of Pentacles about you've got work to do. Excuse me, why are you ignoring this? Why are you resting? What is it that you're supposed to be doing? Let's read the Four of Swords for this one. Today, this witch has experienced the worst cramps of their entire life, made worse by the fact that they choose to ignore their body's cues for rest. If this sounds like a habit you have, then this card is loud and clear. Why aren't you resting? So you don't have to overthink. You don't have to go full out. You don't have to do anything. You can sit and rest on this and think about it. I kind of feel like this was me when I sat down on my walk. In actual fact, my friend that came along, she said, "Why are you sitting down? It's not like you." I said, "Yes." And she goes, and I said, "I'm grounding myself." And she went, "Oh my goodness, you've got your feet in the mud." I was like, "Yes, absolutely." So maybe you must listen to the cues. You must listen to what is being sent to you. Very important. Oh, hello. Nothing is as ever hopeless as it seems. That is so lovely. So absolutely, there is always the light. There is always the door that you can open. There's always that opportunity to change what you need to change. Do the work, find out about it, do the work and see. Nothing is as bad as it seems, ever. You know, we create in our minds the worst case scenario often. Right, I'm being told to take some energy cards as well. So we're going to take our energy cards 3 times. I know, it's dinner time. My dog is telling me. It won't be long now. Right, energy. Let's ask for some energy guidance, please. Based on the situation. There's always hope, always. Sometimes we just can't see it, but if you stay optimistic, if you stay with good, strong energy. Remember, we had the strength card come out. Absolutely. Oh, maybe one more. Maybe one more. Let's see. One more, please. Yes, I thought there was one more. One more. Happy family. I'm laughing. Spirit, you have a sense of humor. Sense of humor. Happy family. Exactly. That's what I want. A happy family. So, this indecision card came out. Are you there to make a choice? Remember, we talked about that in terms of going left or going right or what have you. We have to make a choice. You can't sit in indecision of whether you're going to address something or you're not going to address something. Whatever happens, it's going to come back round for you. You've got to make the decision. And Daughter Spirit has come out as well, which is a beautiful card. Number 32, which is a 5. I'll read these cards for us now. Number 4, first of all, happy family, just what we want. Happy family. The value that you find in a truly loving relative or friend brings a higher vibration to your life force. You may be distracted or busy, but remember to put this part of your life in the forefront of your priorities. If you're single, finding this card in your spread could indicate a potential meeting with someone who has children from a previous marriage. This ready-made family might bring some challenges, but could be your destiny in this lifetime. And it's funny how we did have the new romance come out with Chantal. So maybe that's what someone is going to find here. And perhaps that is what you are asking for. And we sort of, maybe it's somebody that is the pumpkin to your spice. Whatever it is, take action. If you get an offer, if you get asked out, okay? If you're feeling the guidance, go for it, go for it, go for it. Indecision, number 8. If you're standing still feeling confused by the up and down emotions of your present decision, it is time. You could spend days, months, or even years in this back and forth energy. This indecision creates a paralysis of will. It's time to let go. Remember, that was the last bit of paragraph in that book. Letting it go. Is it worth not having that happy family dynamic? Is it worth? No, you can solve the issue. It's not like you can't. Okay. Daughter Spirit, number 13. This could be, number 32, not 13. Got that wrong. I've looked at that completely wrong. Door to spiritual awakenings and new beginnings. The door opens into truly unlimited potential, for the changes that happen here reach deep into the core of your being. As such, this card often heralds your increasing powers in spiritual arts, deepening connection with the spiritual world. Don't be surprised if you find yourself becoming more intuitive, more aware of Spirit's presence, or more powerful in your own healing practices. Now is the time to open up to the unexpected guidance and inspiration of Spirit, to the magic and the power of your true identity. And it says here, affirmation. Why are you not resting? I relax and connect with my Spirit's wisdom and power. I live in the peace that my Spirit brings. I know that the world of Spirit supports me. So meditate, get yourself back to you. Try and balance yourself into this sort of, does it matter? Is it going to be a decision you've got to make now? Is it going to be, if you make any of the decisions, is it going to, what are the consequences going to be? Because it's going to come up for a reason, and you've got to learn the lesson. So absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much for that. I've had wonderful guidance. We have Archangel Gabriel with us. Communication. Respond in a way that is going to benefit your heart. Come from love. Stand in that conviction. And maybe this new romance that is coming in would be part of a happy family dynamic for you. If not, if you're thinking about things like I was talking about, then let's get this done together in the positive way to bring about what we need, that is not as hopeless as it seems, because there's always hope. Always. And I will leave you there. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope it resonates. If it did, give me a like. Maybe you'd like to make a comment. Love to hear from you. You take care. Bye-bye.